We let's just see what happens. Hello and good evening. Welcome to Act Talks. Act Talks is a series of talks and interactive sessions based on art, culture, and traditions. Today, we are going to light up the story, a fantastic story with matchboxes, a classic design which comes from the early 19th century, from a long time, for around 200 years, design has been the same. And it has been a canvas of a lot of creations and beautiful art and amazing innovation, despite the basic design being the same. So today, we have somebody who's from my alma mater and a very good friend of mine, Yogesh Maralkar, who has been working he's a product designer from IIT Kanpur and has received many awards in his life. And I'm looking forward to the story he presents with the matchboxes. Over to you, Yogesh.
Thanks, Sushil, for this grand introduction. It's really grand. And welcome, everyone. I hope you are safe and in good health. Frankly speaking, when Sushil asked me to present something on Matchboxes, actually, I just took it very lightly, but thanks to his perseverance that he pursued it till last moment and told me that you need to present it. I never thought that I will present something on Matchboxes ever in my life. Because when I started collecting, it was just a casual hobby, and still I'm perfecting it. But I thought that let's give it a shot, and the object, the matchbox, is something which is very near and dear to our life. It needs no introduction actually. So it's like a common man's object. It's like a democratic art which is there, which everyone can buy. So something like you might have seen something matchbox which is like this, which is very common, or something like this. Many of you can relate to it, or something like as big as a 1 feet matchbox. Or how about something which is like a almost like a fingertip? It's just a tiny piece of matchbox, a beautiful piece which is from London. Or how we change the definition of a box to a canister. It's an amazing
That's
piece
really
from
amazing.
Poland.
There's so many things which I haven't even seen so many things ever in my life. I've just seen
True,
that
Sushil.
dabbas, those small dabbas. That's it.
Yeah, true. In fact, when I started collecting, I was also of the same opinion. And you can see a beautiful view from the battlefield of a war. So, in fact, I was also curious to know that, you know what, how come this a small tiny object can present you, which is it's a box, but hats off to the creativity and designers of the people, which requires literally out of the box thinking for a box. And thanks to Act Talk, thanks to everyone for joining. Uh, we will. I'm going to take you through a small presentation, which is in combination with the live video, so that you can enjoy the beauty through the slides, as well as I will be showing you some of my collection. Believe me, it's a really tedious task because I'm completely surrounded with the matchboxes, and I will try to do my best. So, Sushil, should I share the screen?
Yes, yes, yes. Please do that.
Thanks. So yeah, welcome everyone. This is the Matchbox story, uh, and the name is because I believe that each Matchbox tells you some kind of a story, and similarly, and we will explore together. Uh, this picture is just I wanted to just sensitize you people because this is the kind of a Matchbox cage where I'm literally sitting right now.
That's a lot of things.
So I'm just kind of in the cage, and I just shot one small video just to give you a glimpse of it.
Oh, so this is all we are going to see in the next 45 minutes approximately. So please hold on and enjoy the journey of matchboxes.
Thanks, Sushil. So this is what the setup I'm sitting right now. And when you search either on Pinterest or on internet, Google, if you search a matchbox, this is how lovely the colorful page looks like. If you try to zoom in, you will see more details to it. It's a fantastic, colorful world, very vibrant, very peppy. Almost every subject in the world has been covered on the matchboxes. And when we talk about matchboxes, how can we forget the Bollywood who has actually helped us to uh, gain its status quo and its style quo maybe. And these are, don't try these tricks. So, uh,
Yes,
and,
absolutely. Don't try
and,
this these tricks.
and, and I always find that, you will never use you might use lighter for cigarette lighting, but you'll never use a matchbox for lighting a candle or a diya. So it's like a typically sanskari bahu type of status which Matchbox has got in the house, and and some of these gentlemen like Amir Khan and these people has tried to give it a glam quotient to it. And when we talk about style, how can we forget the one and the only one god of style, Rajnikant?
Rajnikant,
So
of course.
and now as I got everyone's attention here, so let me take a chance to introduce myself. I am a filmist. Filmist is basically a matchbox collector, and by passion and profession, I'm a product designer from IIT Kanpur, and I'm a B mechanical. I started collecting matchboxes as a kid, like everyone did, and then I left in between, and then I started in mid 2009. I have somewhere more than 20,000 in my collection, and let me take you through my life journey, which is completely pictorial through matchboxes. As I said that everything is there on matchboxes, so my life journey is too. And
Looking
I've
forward
added
to it.
some kind, and I have added some kind of Hindi to it because without Hindi, the matchbox is incomplete in India. So it's like Meri Jeevan Yatra, and it will become more fun here. Just maza aega. Let's see. So yeah, I'm Yogesh, and I'm from Hindustan, and I'm born and brought up in a city near to Ajanta Ellora, which is Aurangabad. And like everyone, I was also my parents' favorite and my mommy's number one. And they wanted me to become a scientist or astronaut, but I grew up and I chose mechanical engineering over rest of the things. And in spite of a lot of distractions, I completed my engineering, and that was a big achievement for me. Uh, but I was more inclined towards the art. And art and mechanical engineering कुछ जमा नहीं, something was different. And life was completely ulta pulta at that time. One fine day, actually, I came to know about product design, and I almost felt like I found a key to my happiness, where I can draw, where I can sketch, where I can make things. And from there, I feel that it was like a rocket launch for me. I moved to Pune. I joined a nice design agency called Elephant Design. I worked for there some time on very interesting projects like paperboard packaging and symphony coolers. And then from there, I took a ride to the Samsung Design, one of the global design centers in Samsung. And currently, I'm with the prestige GS organization, Tata LXC. And yeah, life is pretty cool right now. So, like a South
And
Indian
life
actor.
and life is interesting.
And life is interesting. And so, whenever I tell someone that I do collect matchboxes, they don't believe, first of all. They ask a second time, is it really matchboxes do you mean? I said yes. And then they asked that, भाई ये सब शुरू कब हुआ यार, तूने किया कब ये? And then this started when I was a kid, and I was as nasty as the rest of the kids. Um, पतंग उड़ाना, पेड़ पे चढ़ना, गाड़ी के पीछे भागना, इलेक्ट्रिक सॉकेट्स में कुछ तो भी करना, falling from on the ground, मारपीट करना, all these things as they depicted on the Matchbox labels, I used to do that. And of course, my parents must be worried, I'm sure. And my father was really visionary. The photo in the Matchbox is not my father, but my father's name is Govind. So I just choose that. So during around 1990, when you say Sun 1990, it sounds very big and grand. So around 1990, my father on my birthday actually gifted me one nice, beautiful album for the Matchboxes, and he thought that I will be at home and I will be less troubling to rest of the world. And this was the album, which is very beautiful. And he said that you paste your Matchbox labels. And I started, this was quite big, and I started pasting my Matchbox label on top of it. And I
Do
really
you get
enjoyed
these
that.
different Matchbox albums for this?
No, no, he specially made that for me. And that's why it was really special.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's really special because it was the time when the rest of the parents were throwing their kids' Matchbox collection. And he actually thought that, uh, thanks to him, because that's why I'm talking to you right now. And he actually thought that I would just like to share the old album, which is very nostalgic to me. Uh, it says record break Matchbox. I think I was more creative at that time.
Absolutely. I mean, this is like you were a kid at that time, right?
Yeah. And this is what I prepared it. And it was lovely. It was still one of my biggest memories for that. And uh, and then as I was collecting this, I was also trying to make some of the things from the matchboxes. So these are like toys everyone used to make, like a gun.
Nice, nice,
And
nice.
so and this was not enough for me, but then usual 10वीं 12वीं का pressure, and I left that hobby for some time. Then when I came back from IIT Kanpur, actually, I realized that I looked at my collection again, and I just like this matchbox, when cow is coming in front of this vehicle, I stumbled upon my matchbox collection, and I used my designer's perspective to it. Because by that time I was academically and formally designer. So and it was really eye opening, because it was not just collection for me; it was a treasure trove of art and culture. And nowadays, as we see this news media, we are quite used to say it was a मेरे लिए काफी सनसनीखेज और चौंका देने वाली discovery थी actually. And I almost got enlightened. It was a जबरदस्त घुमाव in my life, in my view towards Matchbox collection.
It is actually very interesting. A lot of people find their, uh, what is close to their heart somewhere in the middle of their life, and then it becomes very interesting. So it is a very, very, very interesting and very beautiful journey.
True, true, Sushila, exactly. You said it right. And I thought that let's not look Matchbox in isolation. How about something? How about studying what is the printing history is? And thanks for this slide to one of my friend Ratnesh Madhu. So if you see the history of the printing in 1700, initial newspaper, first daily newspaper has started. Then we invented the lithography. The first Matchbox label is invented during 1830s. So you can imagine during 1830s there was a Matchbox label,
Wow.
and post that there is an invention of playing cards. Stamps also came after that. Currency, paper money came after that, and then there was a photogravure printing, which is like a color
That's
printing.
a very interesting insight. Now we have done lithography in IIT Kanpur in design lab. I remember doing that. I think your batch did not do that.
Yes, true, true. And it was fantastic. I mean, I really miss that. And And that was about printing history. But when I saw various art movements in India, various pop art movement, there was poster art, there was calendar art, various mythology pictures were there on the calendar. Truck art had a very huge influence on the pop art. There were textile mill labels, one of the larger form of matchbox labels, kind of. There's used to be on the textile cloth mill. Uh, at the same
That's
time, there
something
were
which I've
school
never seen.
posters.
Huh? That textile labels is something which I'd never seen in my
Oh,
life.
great! I will just show you one or two. And there are school posters like good habits, ideal boy, ideal girl,
Of
and of
course.
course there are movie posters which has really steered the exact complete pop art movement. And when we talk about this pop art movement, it was everywhere touching upon our life, whether it's a print advertisement, tin boxes, billboards, packaging labels, BD labels. I don't know what is the association of beautiful woman and a BD packet, but I think it must be similar to Gillette and the beautiful lady. And this was the mill label art which I was talking about. So these are kind of beautiful labels which used to be there at that time, and they were really amazing piece of art pieces. I'll just share with you something.
Wow.
And these are the labels. So, and they were really beautiful, talking about all the freedom movements, all the beautiful color schemes, different topics.
And these are big ones, right? These are not
These
small
are
ones.
slightly big ones. Yeah, these are not smaller ones. These are actually on the cloth mills. So I really enjoyed this, and I thought that how this movement has started, and then there came poster art movement thanks to Raja Ravi Verma Press and Brijbasi. They have steered this movement in our life, and subsequently calendar art came in when the
Yeah, yeah.
printing has started. And of course, how can we forget Bollywood art, who used to depict complete 3 hour movie in one poster? At that time, imagine there is no social media. You need to catch the audience through the poster and
And
showcase
this
the.
this art was alive till some years ago. I think a decade ago, or 5 years
Yes,
ago.
yes,
I saw a story that the last person who used to paint has stopped painting or something, some kind of a story. I should be going back to that story sometime.
true, true social, yeah. In fact, if you see modern movies like Rowdy Rathod or Band Baja Bharat kind of movies, they actually used these kind of signboard posters. And then after so much overwhelming pop art, you might be wondering what I'm trying to say. And what I felt during my journey is Matchbox is like a canvas. It's like a micro canvas. It's exactly 2 inch by 1.5 inch canvas. I found this reference image where actually Van Gogh is printed on that. This is just a reference image, but it says my point that it's actually a canvas. And you will
Yes,
realize that during the journey.
absolutely.
And this is how beautiful it used to be. The beauty of vibrant, colorful topics, varying right from animals, beautiful girls, the birds, horses, Bollywood, everything. It's like a socio-cultural fabric woven together. And I'll just show you one of the things which I have. So just look at the beauty of this
Wow.
amazing color schemes, different topics,
Talking about
vibrancy of
flowers, birds, animals,
true.
monuments, typewriter.
Yeah. So all the nostalgic objects have gone into it. And that's the beauty of this. But when we say, actually, it's when did this matchbox invention started? So it was during 1826. A chemist called John Walker, who has invented the friction match, and this form has taken actually real shape in during 1855 when the matchbox has been formed, which is like what we see a modern version, a tray inside and the cover. So you can imagine
Okay.
from 1855 till today, there is no change in the matchbox structure. It is exactly same. So it's like a design legacy.
It's a classic design.
Yeah, true. It's classic design, and nothing has changed up till now. And it's a beautiful journey. And how matchsticks are made are like from wooden block, you take out veneers, you chop the veneer, you make it into splints and dip into the chemical and form it into a matchbox. And you'll be happy to know India is one of the biggest exporter, or rather biggest exporter of safety matchboxes. And
Wow.
it's located mainly the southern part of India, Sivakashi, Sattur. And you might sound this
I
name
remember
familiar
I
because
remember going to Andamans, and there was one sawmill factory, and I saw matchsticks being made there. Long, long back. It was
true,
in 80s.
yeah, true. And Sivakashi you might find very familiar because firecrackers, calendars and printing business and Matchbox. These three are like a biggest business there. Still, till today, Matchboxes are majority of them are actually having cottage industries. Like a lot of women are working on to that, but there is some automation going on right now. And when Matchboxes actually started in India, during before World War, during 1875 to 95 kind of a period, we used to import the matchboxes. India had no capability to manufacture matchboxes
Okay.
at that time. And all these labels, if you see, they are Japanese subjects or Swedish subjects, and they are all with those kind of a Japanese art movement kind of a things.
Okay.
But when we moved towards latter part during 1875, 95, these people understood, the importers have understood that we need to actually, if you want to sell in India, we need to have Indian topics, Indian subjects onto the matchboxes. So all gods and goddesses, mythology characters, royalty has come onto the matchboxes. That's why you see Vishwamitra, you might find a bit of Swedish, and Krishna, you might find very Japanese with his tiny eyes.
Very, very, very interesting. The
Yeah,
features get localized.
yeah, the features get localized and the subjects are localized, but the typo and the graphics is still uh, very much from where they are imported. But this gentleman, one of the greatest artists in the history, Raja Ravi Verma, he actually, when he started painting the Indian topics, he's the guy who shaped our visualization of gods and goddesses. We, up till now, before he painted, I think we hardly know how does the Ram looks and how does the Lakshman looks. But he gave shape to our imagination. One more thing which he has did is by using lithography printing, he actually mass popularized the posters, the calendars, and his art has reached to the heart of the India and to the heart of all around the world, which is like a mass art penetration. And that's why you see there is a painting and there is a matchbox label like Shakuntala, Vishwamitra, Shankar, Ram, Lakshman, Vanvas. All these are Raja Ravi Verma's painting subjects, and they have got translated into the matchboxes too.
Absolutely. I mean, and Raja Ravi Verma, I mean, he evokes emotions, and he revolutionized a lot of the Indian portrait paintings and the religious paintings and all.
Yeah,
Brilliant,
true,
brilliant person, brilliant person.
true. And soon there was a independence movement started, 1905, Bengal partition, and the whole subject line started changing. It was from actually the Mary and royalty, it is converted into the Charkha and the Tiranga, the Swadeshi, the movement has started. We are started seeing the more freedom subjects
Interestingly,
onto the,
all these places, all these things. If we go back to the last slide, then we see that the movement was even propagated through these small matchboxes,
yeah, true.
and that is something
Because,
when British were already there.
yeah, yeah. And because this Matchbox was the one of the biggest medium of propaganda and advertising. And that's why if you see these kind of labels, which they got with Ashok Chakra and Charkha, they were really amazing at the time. So I will just share you one of my page of my Matchbox collection where we talking about the Swadeshi movement.
Wow,
So you can see the
amazing.
vibrancy. the subject line, the colors of usage. It's completely brilliantly done. And when there was these matchboxes onto these subjects were going on, actually there were many people who were experimenting with the kings and queens, and that's why I thought that one of the label which I'm going to show you next is the great Maratha warrior Shivaji.
Nice.
This this is a carton label, very big size label, which is used to be in the carton, and this it's a very beautifully picturized. Look at the details. I will just share this frame I have with me, and I will just turn my
Wow.
laptop to just look at this.
Oh, so you can see the imagine the size of the carton, and then you can.
Yeah, correct.
And it's interesting that you have framed that.
Yeah, and it's this tiny matchbox if you see.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, that's the beauty of this collection. And after independence, the topics has changed. It was a happy time for India. All the nice flowers and common subjects got into the matchboxes. And right from Raja Ravi Verma painting, we have come so far to the Google, Facebook, and Twitter. And by owning these matchboxes into my pockets, I almost feel that these companies are in my pocket, and I'm the richest guy on the planet right now.
And this is kind of ugly, it's almost bordering to ugly, but probably next in the next few years, or maybe 10, 20 years, it might be just considered an art.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's very different from what actually. But yeah, that's how the beauty of this. It's Matchbox was always a common people's subject, so how can the Facebook and Twitter can actually escape? And these are some of the matchboxes, types of matchboxes which are there, and everyone talks about different types, different usage of the matchboxes. Everything is quite distinctly as per the purpose.
So
And
out
I
of
will
all
just,
these things which you have shown, I think I've seen only one, two, three, four, or that's it. I think four, maybe. Yes, I think the one which is that with the flap
yeah,
one, I think that I've seen in the hotel rooms.
true. And something like this, which was quite old matchbox label, or something like a modern matchbox label, which is like a home lights, which many of you must have seen. These are normal labels, whereas these are like kitchen matchboxes, what you typically call as.
Hmm.
Then there are something called as matchbook, which is like a flatter version of this. Many hotels and restaurants you might have got this. When you move towards this is like a camping matchbox. It's like a it's like a waterproof matchbox. You can almost store your mastics inside it, and there is a
Wow.
rubber o-ring here where you can actually seal pack it, so water won't enter into it. There are Diwali matchboxes. They used to be really beautiful at that time. And then there is something called as matchbox holder. So it's really
Okay.
an antique piece and not really found a lot. But this is like a kitchen top or a tabletop version where you can just pick a matchsticks and you can just light it up. You don't have to
Wow.
hold the matchbox. So
So
that's
when
how
you
it
have
is.
probably this older this thing, if you have your hands wet, then you use that.
Yeah, true. And that's how various matchbox types are placed into it. And there is, as we said, that there is a Bollywood onto the matchboxes, right? From Hema Malini to Amitabh Bachchan. Thanks to some of the online references, some of these are from online collections. And and there is a Hollywood. So you can just have a look at the
Yeah.
Hollywood ones also, where they are located into the different topics and different subjects.
Wow.
I'll just share a subject which is like a Hollywood for you. So
Oh,
these are some of the albums, and
it looks as if some, I mean, we used to collect some kind of a things, and it was a game kind of a thing.
yeah,
So
true.
we used to complete that picture. It looked like that.
Correct, correct. And then there is a something like there was a movie called Darmiya, which came,
Uh-huh.
and it has issued one promotional Matchbox.
Wow.
So this was from a Wimco, and I just noticed that before this, this director has launched a movie called After Machi's Pan Presents Darmiya,
Okay.
something.
Very interesting.
Yeah. And when we say that there are these common matchboxes, and uh, matchbox is, I think, one of the biggest. Like nowadays, we worry about the software piracy and all. I think those days were much merrier time because at that time, any popular label used to get copied. Whether you call copy, pirated, inspired, plagiarism, anything, but that's how it used to be, and nobody actually complained for that.
Yeah, and I think some viewers may miss it, but I think there is a shit also there because your photograph will come on that, I guess.
And similarly, one of the matchbox which you might commonly might have seen nowadays is
Yeah, yeah,
M,
yeah.
correct? So I have some of my collection which is like this.
Oh,
None
oh,
of this is actually the original M.
that's. I mean, there's like, how do you do that?
That's actually almost, and I have many, and many collectors have more than double of this. And you can imagine the kind of
And
stuff brief.
I mean, the interesting part is that you have uh, gone ahead and chosen all the fake ones and then brought it out together. So there has to be an eye for detail which you have. This is amazing.
Yeah, true. And this is like a crazy thing because none of this is original, and still it's very difficult to. And I can imagine a kind of a brief which you, as a designer, if you get a brief that you need to make something similar but not same, so it's so tough. I mean, I can imagine as a being a designer, it's like a common brief which, and these people who are illiterate, they can do it as like best. And Matchbox was always about something funny, something wittier. It was not very serious thing. It used to communicate the topic, and and a subject like this, which is a Dulan marches, but it goes with a caption "Zindagi mein aag laga de."
Yeah, yeah.
For someone, it might be true, but on the right side, you see it's such a quirky label of rats.
Yes, yes.
And there is these kind of labels which are actually used to get distributed in pubs and bars. So almost James Bond will die looking at this kind of a doggy James Bond. And there, but when we say that matchboxes are 50 paisa or 1 rupee object, it's not really true. There are matchboxes which are actually luxurious. Though they are gold enamel, they are silver plated, and they
Wow.
literally has a luxurious value. But at the same time, Matchbox was definitely used widely for the publicity purpose. As people say, actually, the Matchbox in 1960, I read one of my friend forwarded this. In 1960, you can reach to 53% of urban population in India through advertising on matchboxes. 53% during 1960, that's a huge number.
Yes.
And and as I talked about the luxurious one, these are something
That's
which I
beautiful.
have in my collection.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just going to share something like that. This one is also a promotional product. This is a triangular matchbox
Oh,
promoted by one company. And it's a standing matchbox. So it's a tabletop. You need to just pick up one matchsticks and light it from the side.
nice.
Just imagine the piece of structural packaging which has gone into it. At the same time, when I say that, there are luxurious ones which are
Wow.
there in the collection. I'll just show you the one which is a
Wow.
matchbox with beautiful embossing of a sheep right on the back. The matchbox is inserted inside and you can actually pull the matchbox outside. So you don't have to touch the matchbox. It's like a style core.
Wow.
So yeah, it's not about just 50 paisa or 1 rupee. It's about
Yeah.
that quotient of glam. But in spite of these luxuries and silver-plated matchboxes still considered as a ignored, disposable. You know, you can. It's not that high profile. It's very mundane. And as this label says, I feel sad about it when people say that because it's a rich heritage for the matchboxes. And then actually, and that's why I thought that I will do something about it. It's in little bit of pieces. Being a designer, I will add to some caution to it, and that's why I started collecting in a bigger manner and placing that them on the in the view of the people. And when we talk about Matchbox history, I think we can't forget the Swedish Matchboxes. They're actually a trendsetter. So, in spite of that, when the matchbox invention is actually British invention, but it's the Swedish who actually ruled that. The Swedish ones actually set the like a benchmarking principles of design elements. Like one is the size. Matchbox has got very peculiar size about it. You can't miss
Yes.
that. Second is framing of the objects. The third is cartouche style, which is like a framing the object with a very artistic and kind of a Gothic style of framing.
Hmm.
They're extremely detailed and decorative, and the colors and the typography, extensive use of red, yellow, black, and I will just show you one of the things which I have in my collection, so you might enjoy how this beauty is.
Interesting.
So
And
these
these are
are
quite big
Swedish.
ones also.
Yeah, so these are actually packet labels. There are smaller ones,
Hmm.
but for the viewers' purpose, it will be better for the visibility.
Wow.
Yeah, so, and there are some of the labels which I had actually from the matchboxes, which I'll just show you. It's quite a big box. These are reprinted matchboxes, but these are from Swedish labels.
Wow.
Amazingly beautiful graphics. Yeah, so Swedish matchboxes actually set the matchbox what we look today. When next time you ponder upon the matchboxes, do notice these differences. And I almost felt that Matchbox is like an art movement.
Wow.
It shows, it takes you through the history, it takes you through the geography and the culture. And this is one of my collection. This is from Japan. You can notice the spirit of Japan. It's Zen Buddhism, the
Yes.
use of pastel shades, the cherry blossom. The typography is smoothly blended with the graphics, and a lot of influence from the Chinese also.
Hmm.
Whereas this is a style called Bijinga, which is portraying beautiful woman. You can see this style is inspired from the block printing of the matchboxes.
Okay.
And you will find the head of the woman is quite bigger than the rest of the proportion. So the drapery of them, the use of colors.
Yes.
Whereas this one is from China. This is one of my favorite set, which is based on the works of the artist called Qi Beishi.
Hmm.
He was a great painter, and this set has its painting done on the rice paper. You can see the beauty of the details, the use of colors, black and white. Even the mastic is in the same color. And this set is from Russia. I'm going to show you all these sets.
This
And
is
this set is,
beautiful.
yeah. We might be, everyone, I think all of us has gone through the beauty of something which is called as Aesop Niti or Aesop's tales. So this is from the Aesop tale, Panchatantra kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas this set talks about the constructivism in Russia, where building the subject into the blocks and use of muted colors, the blockage formats. Whereas there is a Picasso sketches also on the matchboxes, so you can't miss that. And I will share this some of
You
these
can buy a
paintings
Picasso,
with.
pocket-sized Picasso. You can buy.
Yeah, you can't buy the matchboxes. You can buy the painting, of course, but you can definitely buy the matchbox. So I'll just share something. This is the Japanese one which I was talking about.
Yeah.
Whereas when I say about the constructivism in Russia, this is
Wow.
the, it's from Russia.
And very, very
Beautifully done.
absolutely simple elements and
Yeah,
beautifully presented.
true. Perfectly blended into the regions of the matchboxes. And when we say that it's not only about the art and culture, but let's say this kind of thing, which is actually a set from
Yeah.
the Chinese, beautiful set. You can almost see a squarish shaped matchbox. It has a beautiful striking surface.
Yeah.
What I love about Matchbox is this thing which they talk about different art movements for sure. And something which is a Russian state. And as I said, these are from the Aesop's culture. Yeah, I can just show you one of the Matchbox. So they're talking about, the differences between the different culture. So you can just see this Matchbox which talks about when we say Hati chale kutta bhoke, so it's exactly same. This is from Sushil, I think your mic is muted.
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. And yeah, so this is what actually the the beauty of collection is. They talk about the different culture, different countries. But matchboxes has always served as an infotainment. They're not like boring matchboxes. And this one set is from India. This is a called as I Know series, which is talking about the different. There are various sets. This company called ITC has issued. It's a Indian company, and this one is very unique set. This talks about the inventors and its inventions. So on the left side, you will see the photo of the inventor, and on the right side, there is a his invention is there on the right side. Very amazing sketches and paintings they have done, and there are music instrument sets on the matchboxes. There are these furry companions, beautifully illustrated. It's very difficult to sketch the
Wow.
hairs, and these people has really managed that well. This one set is really special for me because this is a matchbox, but this is not a matchbox. So in this matchbox, there are actually toys inside. This is issued by a zoo in Germany. And inside that, there are actually toys. And they complete the picture which is on the outside.
Yeah. This is so nice. This is so
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, it's a beautiful, you can see the, and how can we forget the playing cards cannot be there on the, you can imagine this is one company, Velta, as they have issued these labels. And there are definitely different labels, different topics, and they talk about various things. And these are actually amazing piece of information, as I say. So this is the set which I was talking about. It's I Know series set. This has got a mask on top of it. And when I say information, there is information about that particular mask on the back.
Wow.
You will notice the striking surface is not on the side, but it's at the back. Whereas there is a some set called as there are inventors and inventions. At the same time, when you say that this is a beautiful musical instruments on the matchboxes.
Very interesting.
So yeah, they're definitely talking about the culture, traditions, and yes, so and this variety of matchbook is very interesting because people have tried a lot of different things. This is from Belgium tourism, where there are different Belgium tourist places are there. Similarly, this one is from the Amsterdam, which is about which there is a tourist destination on the front and there is a map on the back.
Wow.
And this one is from China. This is a completely very latest one, uh, but that is about cats. There are Leonardo da Vinci's paintings on the matchbooks, so nobody can believe. I can never dream of buying a Leonardo's painting, but yes, definitely I have two of his matchbooks in my collection. And there are like these matchbooks which are talking about the London bus, and as we say that there are these ones which are talking about the movie. This one is very interesting object. This is not a matchbook, but this is a calculator, similar looking to a matchbook. I'll just show you some of these things where I talked about it. So this one is from one of that set. You can just
Oh,
notice that there are toys inside and you
yes.
can make a picture out of it. Very tiny ones. You can see the German craftsmanship of making wooden blocks. These are wooden. Whereas these are completely new ones, but it's a beautiful set of Chinese matchbook.
Wow.
Nobody will, only a brave heart guy can use them for lighting. Most of these are actually collector's pieces. And this is what I said about the Amsterdam. Let's talk about the tourist destination of
Yeah.
Amsterdam. It's a set of 12 matchbooks. This one is matchbook and there is a map on the back.
Lovely.
And then there are these kind of creative ones which are talking about the beauty of the creativity actually.
Yeah.
One more from the Leonardo da Vinci.
Lovely.
Lovely beauty of matchbook art. Yeah, and so the matchbooks are really fascinating because they mainly used for promotional basis. And Matchbox actually has a different geometry. So something like this set, which talks about the beauty of actually the square shape. This is from Japan.
Hmm.
Whereas this one is they are not actually the cigarette pieces, cigarette packs, but these are called as flip top matchboxes.
Okay.
And lovely, cute lipstick type. So different circular ones, cylindrical, they are called as cylindrical ones. Something like dynamite, they actually look like a dynamite. I hope
Yeah.
they don't explode. Or something like this, which are stretching the imagination to a hexagonal one.
Lovely.
Or these are like you can't drive or you'll avoid to drive a Ferrari in Chandni Chowk. So these are like concept cars. So it's like a Ferrari of Matchbox. There are 8 drawers inside it, a beauty of handcraftsmanship onto the surface, which is with it's like a Spanish flamenco.
This is beautiful, and these are actual. That's an actual cloth which is there.
Yeah, that's actual cloth. Uh, why I added this product is actually I was fortunate to work on this when I was in elephant design, and I designed this structural packaging. And this is a lovely example how your passion and your profession comes in jointly
Yes,
together.
that is very important. It's like you got to work on something which is very close to your heart.
Yeah, true. And when I when I designed this packaging, when I conceptualized this, actually just one day before, I received these matchboxes from Poland, and
Uh-huh.
these are exactly similar to what the packaging which I have designed actually. And it's a beautiful example as how, and I'll just share with you some of these examples. So this is what I was talking about.
Yes.
It's a matchbox similar to what I've, so it's a lovely piece of triangular where there is a striking surface, whereas there is a cylindrical ones like a dynamite
Yeah, yeah.
or something like these ones, cute tiny ones like a lipstick, something like hexagonal where you can actually pull out one matchbox and check the beauty of it.
Very
And
nice.
the and this is the Ferrari.
Wow.
It's a lovely piece. The skirt is actual fabric which is pasted together. So these are not mass produced or these are not widely used, but like a flip top one, like a cigarette pack replica.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing pieces, and they literally talk about the different beauty of geometric exploration.
Lovely.
So matchboxes are, when their geometry is different, it's actually also about the material. So this piece is actually very unique in my collection, which is actually, it's called as pull matches. You don't have to strike it. As soon as you pull it, it will come ignited. It's a beautiful
Okay.
piece of design. You don't have to actually strike it. There is no striking surface. Striking surface is inside. I will show you that. Whereas something like this, which is a kind of a set designed for the Marlboro, and it's a piece of plastic and the aluminum tray inside. Amazing craftsmanship and the fabrication. Whereas this one is very different. This is a transparent matchbox.
Hmm.
Multiple times we might open the matchbox and you find that there are no mastics inside. So how beautiful this innovation is. Though this is
Yes,
like a
absolutely.
promotional matchbox, but yeah, it's cool. I never thought that matchbox can be transparent, but thanks to this designer who has actually thought that.
Yeah.
And this one is actually the plastic one, whereas this one is called as Vesta, which is metal one.
Wow.
Something like this, which is a standalone metal matchbox holder,
Mm-hmm.
or something like this. This is by a cigar brand called Churchill, based on the name after Winston Churchill. When he visited Cuba, he fall in love with cigars. So this brand is actually that. Whereas somebody has tried their craftsmanship on the ceramic tile. So there is a ceramic tile on the top with a craftsmanship, and there is a 4 matchbox tray
This
beneath.
is nice.
Cute, tiny ones. So I'm just going to show you something. This is what the matchbox holder I was talking about.
Yes, yes, yes.
It has got beautiful embossing. It's a brass. You can make it stand. You can strike it. Full stylish ones. Whereas this one is Churchill cigar.
Wow.
It's like a sanduk, and there
This
is
is
a,
so nice. This is so nice. And lovely, lovely, beautiful.
so it's a amazing piece of craftsmanship how they make it. It's like a, I always wonder what
It's a gift
actually they
pack.
can.
Essentially, it's a
Yeah,
gift pack.
yeah, it's a gift pack, and something like this one, which is on the
Right.
ceramic tiles. So you can almost pull the trays and you can show it how the mastics are inside. Whereas when we talk about the metal ones, I think this is
Yeah.
maybe like this.
Yes, yes.
And it's almost, it's a,
Nice.
it's special one
Must be
actually.
a very old, at
Yeah,
least 70, 80 year olds.
yeah, fairly old, yeah. And this one is this transparent one.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
And this one I was talking about, where it's you can just pull the mastics and it will
Okay,
come
don't
later.
pull it now.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding. I was overwhelmed
You have too many
actually.
mastics around. It's
So, yeah, there are ones which people has definitely tried with the different varieties of, and there are these kind of very special souvenir sets. They are really beautifully crafted. This one is special for me because this is from my city, from Magenta
yes.
Eldora. This is designed and manufactured by a Khadi Gramodyog village, with its Khadi Village Industries Corporation, KVIC, which
Uh-huh.
has beautiful Ajanta Ellora paintings. This one is from a Poland, which is talking about the Polish city, whereas this set is actually designed and crafted by 8 artists, worked for the military gallery in Poland. And this is based on the Battle of Borodino during World War One.
Uh-huh.
And there is, of course, there is a cuteness and smile onto the face. How can we miss the Disney labels?
The Disney.
Yeah, the
And
Mickey
Disney from
Mouse
Russia.
and yeah, this is Disney from Russia. But thankfully, they don't look Russian. They are quite true to the Disney. So I'll just share. This is the Matchbox set, which is based on
Yeah.
the. There are 6 Matchboxes, so which are double, but these are 3 ones.
Right.
They have the
Okay.
Ajanta Ellora structures on the front and the back. Whereas this one, which I said that is based on the Battle of Borodino. So it has a bigger matchbox and there are then 16 smaller ones. Beautifully designed.
Beautiful.
It's a souvenir set complete. And there are cutest ones. Disneyland. So, and many people has tried with this kind of souvenir set. So this one is a Russian set which talks about the Russian wedding. So you can see on the left corner where I'm pointing, this is a typical bidai scene, common across the world.
The big fat Russian wedding now.
Yeah, the big fat Russian wedding, and beautifully illustrated,
It's yeah,
the
beautiful.
characters.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And this one is one of the biggest one.
That's
And there
huge.
is, yeah, and then there is this comparatively new set, which is actually it's Chinese set. It's designed in Hong Kong, and it has a funny thing. It's like a most wanted characters, right from Bin Laden. Bin Laden before this was before Bin Laden
Yeah,
shot
yeah.
it. So, and if you see at the back, there is a detailed vital stats has been written. So, if you really come across something like this, you please inform to the FBI.
Yes.
And whereas this one, comparatively new one, this is talking about the luxury car brands. I'll just show you some of this, which is about, let's say, something about luxury car brand, which in fact it's a beautiful piece of material and printing technology.
Of course. I mean, it's,
The matte finish and the
it looks
gloss.
very, very classy.
Yeah, it is. Whereas something like FBI, do
Uh-huh.
check this, guys. If you come across something like someone, please do inform FBI immediately. And the bigger one. This is the Matchbox.
That's huge. That's really huge. I mean, I did not
Yeah.
I had not seen the depth.
Currently, it's filled with other Matchboxes, but yeah, it's a
Okay.
souvenir from, and it has got a striking surface too. So yeah, there are these kind of Matchboxes which are people has already, and there are fashion magazines. You name it, you
That's
have it on the.
amazing.
And this one is very specially unique because this is from the based on the puzzle. So there are
Hmm.
these matchboxes which are actually talking about the kind of a puzzle which it has, and you need to
Nice.
make it. So it's a amazing piece of illustrations. Whereas something like this is a very nice set designed and published by Wimco. It's talking about the vintage and veteran cars. On the front, there is a car's picture, and on the back, there is actually illustration about the that car, and there is some information of the car which is at the back. So this is the set, and if you see, there are matchboxes inside, and each matchbox is supported with the brief
Uh,
information when it was launched, how many cylinders, how many bhp.
wow.
Yeah, it's a rich source of knowledge too.
Lovely.
Yeah, and quite sought after in the collector's world. uh, Very difficult to find these days. And yeah, this one is thanks to one of the my Matchbox collector friend called Manju Joshi, and his wife is a beautiful artist. She makes nice paintings, and
That's
this set is actually by hand painted by her. It's actually a matchbox printed with a oil on matchboxes. So there
wow.
are oil colors. I'm just going to show some of them. Here is the big B. We wish for his speedy recovery.
Yes, we wish for a speedy recovery.
Yeah, and there is a common man too on the matchbox.
Uh-huh.
Looks like me, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, there
That's
are.
lovely. That's really lovely. And this is all
Yeah,
hand painted, right?
yeah. This is hand painted by uh,
Manju
that.
Joshi, I guess.
Yeah, and after looking at this, I personally feel that it's a timeless design because if
Indeed.
you if you imagine that how many products do we use today which are actually designed 200 years back, and you will
Yes.
hardly find any of these designs actually we are as it is using apart from something like lota or something like a light bulb. So you can
Yes.
imagine this is such a classic piece of design, and I feel that it's the most democratized art object. A smallest person or even a lower class also can actually buy a matchbox. If there is a Raja Ravi Verma painting on it, I think you are a rich man for a matchbox. And it has got that 3D factor which is very unlike to the stamps and prints and even currencies. So it's a rich source of information, and that's why we feel that it's a torch bearer. We need to be torch
Wow.
bearer for this matchbox art. And there is something called truck art on the matchbox. There is truck art which is there. Many
Yes.
companies are actually following this. This is
Kitschy designs.
even people took inspiration from the matchboxes, and this
Wow.
one is very special. I don't have this in my collection, but it is a calendar from a Mastix. So, like we say, just forget the past, just burn it off. So you can actually plug your yesterday and just burn it. So it's a
Yeah.
literally
You have
you
a
can,
bad day, just burn the day away.
yeah, true, and lovely piece.
Yeah,
And
lovely.
and and this is one Swedish designer who worked on the matchboxes, and they have. It's very special because they took the striking surface on the face, and there is no label. So it's a different thought to the matchboxes. Whereas some people took inspiration for packaging food or for packaging actually shoes. So this is just shoe packaging based on the city. So I love Mumbai,
Yes.
I love Bangalore, and it's in the form of a. And some people took inspiration, and this is a company on Instagram. I saw one page, the Matchbox company. They take everyday things, everyday news, and put it in a like a 3 to 4 slides. So
Interesting.
and and as I said, Matchbox designers are fearless, so they don't care of whether it's a Trump or it's a Modi. They are fearless people. They
Yeah.
have,
And there has to be Mona Lisa, of course. She has to be
yeah,
everywhere, anytime. I'm just bored of her.
And she's
But
masked
it's
now.
like everywhere she comes up. That's
Poor
a
lady, but
no, but then that's something which is like it evokes so much of emotions.
true. And as you can do a lot of things with the matchboxes, you can do lots of things with the matchsticks. And this is a lovely picture which I got from the internet. On the right side, you see some of the things which is made by my sister. A
Uh-huh.
beautiful basket and the cup and saucer.
Lovely.
And this video I found, which I thought that is quite relevant in today's time, how mastics can actually be spread a social message. So I would like to play this small clip. It talks about social distancing. Just
Yes. The perfect message. Just step back.
yes, and just break the chain.
Yes, just break the
And
chain.
that's the message which I thought that I will give you through the matchboxes. And being a designer, Kida in me never stopped me. So I thought I will collaborate with some artist. And I collaborated with one artist who is an expert in leather puppetry. So they paint on leather. And I
Wow.
took this very iconic two labels, which is Ganesha and Kali. And I thought, how about making something out of it? Uh, so I designed this matchbox lamp.
These are lovely.
Yeah.
And
And and
and
they're
you have one
amazing.
there, I guess, in your setup.
Yeah. Yes. I'll just, I'm going to share with that with you. So
Yeah.
beautifully crafted,
So
thanks to that.
yes, absolutely brilliant. And to make you aware that this we are getting collaborating with this, and these Matchbox lights will be available at on things etc. soon after the things normalize. So do
Amazing.
wait for the products to be available on things etc.
Sure, sure. And
That's
thanks to
lovely,
that artist. It's beautiful lamp.
beautiful, beautiful.
And yeah, so this is, uh, as Matchbox is a hobby, I think this would not be complete without these people. Thanks. There are great stalwarts of Matchbox collector to Gautam
Wow.
Hemwadi, Sanjay Gupta, Sunil Kumar Bhatt, Savik Roy, everyone actually, I can't name few of them, but uh, all have helped me to collect it. I'm a big, I take this opportunity to thank everyone. A big thanks to my friends and my families who went to everywhere. They look out for my matchboxes. So big thanks to them. Thanks to my family members because they sacrificed their space and gave it to me, which required huge space for storing
So
all these
20,000
matchboxes.
matchboxes require
Yeah,
space, and that too safe space.
yeah. So thanks to all the friends and family and the Matchbox collector. Without this, my Matchbox collection could not have been completed. And I mean it a lot. Dil se. And
So
so I started this page. So I just take this opportunity. You can follow me, share, like. If you find matchboxes, please collect for me and do follow. You can criticize too. You can give suggestions. It's by name, The Matchbox Story, both on Insta handle and Facebook.
please follow the Matchbox story.
Uh, yeah, and I found this interesting image on the internet, which is a matchbox printed mask, and that's the message which I would like to give it to everyone if they forgot. Uh, do wear mask when you're stepping out. As Steve Jobs says, stay hungry, stay foolish, and stay safe too. Some of the links from where I have taken references, you can find that below in the comments.
Yes.
And thanks to I, uh, if I'm again thanking to Sushil for being a lovely host, and thanks to whole ACT team for inviting for this common, very small object and a small man.
So,
Thanks,
I
thank you,
mean, this
Dilse.
is an amazing, amazing, amazing collection, and thank you for sharing it so beautifully, with so brilliantly, with that extensive research which you have done, and it is just evident that the effort that you have put in and the quality. It is not just about collection. The quality, the what you say, the classification, and the entire knowing about the history,
True.
geography, the art movements, everything. is so beautifully done. I'm so glad to have you here. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Yogesh, for being here. And of course, a lot of our friends are going to be there on Facebook. So let's check out the comments there.
Sure,
And
sure,
let's take a few questions. We don't have too much of time,
sure,
but
sure,
let's
Sachin.
take one or two questions. And
I
somehow
would
I'm
love
not
to.
able to see all the questions. So can we just, can Yogesh, can you do that, please?
Uh, on the Facebook page, you're saying, Sachin?
So Shraddha Tisgaonkar says, amazing collection, brilliantly presented. Meghna Deshpande says, wow, stay safe. Mask, she sprays the mask. Priscilla Dhananjay Madan, she says, good, perfect presentation. Madhuri Kshirsagar is very happy about it. Prachi Joshi Advankar, superb and awesome. Narendra Age, dua mein yaad rakhenge. So people are actually
Thank you. Thanks, Naren. Thanks, Shraddha. Thanks, Madhuri. Thanks, everyone. Actually,
so I can see only these five comments. I don't know why, but I'm seeing only five comments. So can you please see the more comments and just see?
it's in the, sure, I think, let me see. Sushil, yeah.
There are 91 comments, so it is not something small.
Yeah, I'm also not able to actually see the all ones, but
Sunil Kumar says, बहुत ही सुंदर जानकारी. Uh, uh,
thanks, Sunil bhai.
Patnaik says, हम भी है कतार में. नईम खान पठान says, बहुत बहुत बढ़िया जनाब. आपने अपना कीमती वक्त और बेशकीमती जानकारी हमें दी इसके लिए. Vaishali
Thank you so
Marankar
much, people.
Age says, loved all your collection. Keep it up. Waiting for a big exhibition from you. Yes, of course, we are waiting for the exhibition. Supriya Pathak, really amazing collection. Kiran Acharya labels need to be preserved as heritage objects. Yes, totally we agree, Kiran sir, uh, with your suggestion. And comments are coming in, just that I cannot see any.
Yes, thanks, Sunil bhai. Thanks, Narendra. Thanks, Shiva. Thank you, Megatai. Thanks, Shraddha. Beautiful collections and beautiful comments.
Yes, Madhuriksha Sagar says beautiful. Partish Patwadan says it was a very informative session. Yes, awaiting for exhibit. Shraddha Tisgaonkar. Oh, brilliant, 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 brilliant. I'm really happy. And probably if since we cannot see these comments right now, what I would say is that Yogesh will comment on Yogesh and we will comment on that over a period of time. Thank you,
Sure.
Yogesh, for being here. I must tell you about something which is exciting coming up over the next this weekend, the next Sunday. So we are having a poetry competition called Kavya Varsha. You can send in your entries in Marathi, Hindi, or English in poetry. Uh, do follow our page, and we will be posting the detail. We have been posting the details. Those details are available online, and do join in. And it is going to be amazing. The the subjects are rain and love. Do join in. Till then, I can just say कि Vaishali says thanks Actox. Some Patnaik sir says please make a PPT presentation of the whole event. So I would just say कि Patnaik sir, the entire video is going to be on Facebook, and it will be later available even on YouTube after we curate that. So Prachi Joshi Advankar says, thanks, Actox. Thank you for acknowledging us. Uh, Devi Shah says, wow, amazing collection. Glad to be a part of this. Sapna Tai
Thank you,
from
people.
Aurangabad.
Thanks, Sapna.
Shubham says, beyond imagination collection would be grateful if you can add into it more. Of course, he's adding into it
Sure.
more. And
Yeah,
I mean, like, how do you get these pieces from nook and corners of the country? I don't understand. I mean, it's like these places, these things. If we had a talk yesterday, we did not talk about it today.
yeah,
So it is about you get all these things in nooks and corners of the country. You do not get it in the metros. In metros,
yeah.
you generally
True.
it is all, mainly the big players whose matchboxes are present.
True.
How do you
Yeah,
fetch
so
these?
thanks. Actually, see, earlier days when hobby was not actually, and social media was not very popular, we used to be, like a Swachh Bharat mission warriors. So we used to go to dustbins and pawn shops, and we used to collect from wherever we can be. So Modi ji recently started Clean India, but we started it long back. And then there was social media, and people started exchanging. So there are collectors all over the world, and we collectors, not only me, all of collectors exchange together. And so that if I'm sitting in the south of India, I can get from the north of India because there is a collector. So he will send me, I will send him. So it's a very mutual relationship, very less of buying. It's more like a bar. Uh, it's like a more like a barter system. We exchange it, and that's why I said thanks to all the collectors, thanks to all the people. And there are nice people like you who actually, after this webinar, I'm sure you will be looking for me and you will be handing over those matchboxes for me.
Yes, please help him and other collectors also to, if you find some very peculiar designs, just talk to them, just reach out to them. Do you have any an association or something which is of Matchbox collectors?
Yeah, so there are 2, 3 Facebook groups. There are Indian Feluminists. There is Matchbox India, and there are a few other ones. Do check out sometime. There is a beautiful matchboxes on those platforms. It's a fascinating world. Everything, each and everything you name it is on matchboxes, and it's a rich source of information, not only art, culture, and tradition. So
Yes.
wherever you need some kind of references, actually do check out. It will add another dimension to your personality.
Yes. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for coming. And thanks a lot, viewers, for being with us. Do join us. Do like our page. Do follow us. And we are working towards bringing out a lot of stories like a Matchbox story, like the Matchbox story, into the lives
Yeah.
of everyone else and for
And
general public. So
Satish
do join
Patakar
in.
has replied, Satish saying, I came to know a totally different facet of your personality. Yeah, same here actually. Even I wasn't knowing this facet till Sushil poked me to give a webinar. So thanks to Sushil and Actim actually.
Yes. Thanks a lot. And good evening. Have a very nice evening ahead.
Stay safe and stay home.
Yes. Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank you, people. Thank you all, Dil se.